Hello, John Meter here from Northern Stars Planetarium. Thought we'd do a constellation mystery with you boys and girls today. So what I need you to do is get a piece of paper and something to draw with, and we're going to draw a constellation together and see if you can figure out what it is. So go get your paper and we'll get started. Now once you have your paper, what we're going to do is start right in the middle. That's always a good place to start. And we're going to be drawing stars, so you can do that in two ways. You can either make a little dot, and I might start with a dot. Oops. My paper right here. Here we go. Right here in the middle. Maybe a little up from the center. You can either do that or you can draw a little star. I like to draw a little star. Like that. So there's one. That's where we're going to start. But we're going to keep adding stars to it until we get our constellation. So once you have the first one, we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to move down to this one right here, a little dot right about there, or a star. That's our second one. Our third one, so we're going down, we're going to go up, and right about here. So we got a nice little triangle there. What we're going to do though is make another triangle on the other side. So from this one, we're going to go to about, well, this one's going to be a little flatter. So let's come flatter triangle, that is. Start right there. So we got one triangle here. We got a middle triangle. Well, let's add a third one. We're going to put another one way over, let's see, maybe way over here, like about right there. So make a dot if you like dots, or make a little star like that. So that's our basic constellation. You might know what that is already, some of you, but there are some other little stars here too. There's one that's not quite so bright, so make it a little bit smaller star, one there. And there's another one right about there, a little smaller one. So the bright ones are this one and this one, the one we started with in the middle, right there, and those two. And that constellation is known as Cassiopeia, the Queen. Now, a lot of people notice it kind of looks like a W. You draw a line down here, up here, down here, and up here. Big zigzag in the sky. And in mythology, this is often drawn as her throne. She sits up here with her head. She sits here, puts her legs down with her feet on this part. I don't think it makes a very good looking throne. I think it looks like something a queen might wear. What does a queen wear that's shaped like a W? Well, I think it looks like a crown, a three-pointed crown like that. And there's the bottom right there. You can kind of pretend to draw a little circle there for where she'd put her head. So there's Queen Cassiopeia's crown. Now, crowns have jewels all over them, and the stars kind of look like jewels by themselves. But there are some other neat little jewels around Cassiopeia. We got these ones off to the side here, because I think her crown's falling apart. You see right in here, if you looked with a pair of binoculars, you'd find a whole little bunch of little faint stars all close together. And another little bunch right here. These are called open clusters of stars, and they're all really young stars. They like to hang out together, just like I bet you like to hang out with your friends. So do young stars. So we have these two clusters here. But my favorite pair are way down here. There's a little cluster of stars like this. But right beside them, really close, is another one. This one's called the double star cluster. And you can kind of see this with just your eyes. They look kind of fuzzy. But look at them with the binoculars, if you have some binoculars at home, and you'll see those two little clusters of stars that look like two little piles of diamonds. They're really, really pretty. So we find this crown has a few jewels floating around it. But you know something? In 1572, rather than being young stars, there was an old star that no one could see right above this one, right about here. And you couldn't even see it without a telescope, and they didn't have telescopes back then. But there was an astronomer who studied the sky. His name was Tycho. And Tycho knew the stars really well, and he went out one night in November of 1572, and this star that he didn't even know existed because he couldn't see it was the brightest star in the sky. Suddenly, a bright star appeared right there. Brighter than any star in Cassiopeia, as bright as the planet Venus. So it's very bright. You could even see it in the daytime. Well, that bright star was actually a star that exploded called a supernova. Today we call it Tycho supernova. And it lasted for a few weeks, and then it started fading down, and within less than a year, it disappeared again. And to see it today, you definitely need a telescope to see anything there. But 400 years ago, a little over 400 years ago, a brand new star appeared in the sky. And Tycho was very excited because he had never seen anything like that before. So here we have Cassiopeia, the queen's crown. And the queen was the queen of Ethiopia, and she was very beautiful. And the problem was she bragged about it all the time. And to try to teach her some humility, according to the story of mythology, her crown, we see it right side up. But sometimes you go outside and you know what? You see it upside down. And sometimes it's sideways like this, and sometimes it's sideways like that. Well, that was all designed to make Queen Cassiopeia realize that she may be beautiful, but she should stop bragging. And there we have the constellation of Cassiopeia, the W. And for us in Maine, you can see it every single night of the year. Some nights it's right side up, some nights it's upside down. So go outside and look up in the northern sky, you'll find it. Makes a nice W, it stands out nice and bright, and see whether she's being humbled or not by being upside down. I hope you all get outside and take a look at the sky real soon, and see if you can find this constellation. Until then, keep looking up.